I'm just going to give you a little wander around the Inner Edge scalping community and a real brief look at the trading strategy that we educate over here. So this is who we are, Inner Edge. This is myself and Lee Saunders. I'll give you a little bit of our background. We met about 3, 4 years ago in another academy space, and we both had the same sort of journey, got bounced through different trading strategies. Never knock them for that. It was really great that we learned lots of different things because that put us in a position where I then in 2024 developed my own trading strategy based around EMAs. I like scalping, I like trading on lower time frames. I have no patience. And Lee was one of the people I knew over there. I've known him, like I say, for a long time. He started trading my strategy and he's very, very good at it. He's actually got a slightly higher win rate than me, which sometimes is mildly aggravating, but I love him for it anyway. And so, yeah, we now educate together on the Inner Edge, the particular trading strategy that we call TWS. So it's the Wendy strategy. My name is Wendy. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So I'm just going to have a little wander around this particular platform for you and show you some bits and pieces, guys. So first of all, I'm just going to show you our Inner Edge scalping platform over on School. Now, this is going to be on School for the time being. It will be moving over to our own URL, though, very shortly within the next month or so. And this School platform, it's not somewhere that we hold community chats and that. This literally just hosts our education at the moment. And all of our other stuff is over on Discord. So I'm just going to show you around what you get in here. So our package is, I never like people waiting until the end of something to know how much things cost. $77 per month, reoccurring. That gives you access to all the training material, gives you access to our Discord group. We do a live session on a Tuesday night, and we do other lives as well. I'll explain all that in a minute. Then a full community where we do journal reviews, all sorts of bits and pieces, but I'll show you that on Discord in one moment. So within here, within the classroom section, you get the basics of Forex. So it takes you through some stuff, really interesting information if you've never looked at Forex before. You've got a big mindset model. This is with my friend Clara as well. So this module is huge. The reason being is Forex trading is literally 95%, probably 100% mindset, really, to be honest, and a couple of percent strategy. Then you've got the strategy itself, which is really, really simple. I mean, really simple. It's been developed in a certain way that it just helps your brain pattern match stuff. So keep it simple is one of those things that I like to do. Then you've got within here how to get funded with prop firms, so you don't have to trade with your own capital. We've got affiliate links as well to our 3 favourite prop firms. We don't make any money out of them, but you can get discount when you're doing your funded challenges. So that's a handy. We've got our the technology as well. So the trading view is where we analyze charts. Also got affiliate links with those guys as well, so you can save yourself a few quid. What else do we have? On here, Leah's just done an intro into prop firms, so a bit of the mindset around it and how you can do some free trials as well with the prop firms. Again, I'm not going to explain it to you now, but you don't have to trade with your own money. Then we have all of our Zoom recordings. So we've only got 3 on here so far because we started, I'm so proud of this. We started on the 28th of February, which is absolutely lovely. So every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. UK time, we do a live educational session. These all get recorded so you can access them afterwards. And then we've got intros to the trading platform. So this isn't live at the minute, but it will be when I've done my one. Lee's just done one on Trade Locker because he uses Trade Locker. I use it. I was just born and bred MT4, MT5, so I'm doing one on that at the moment. So it just teaches you how to use those platforms, which is where you put your live trades on, guys, basically. Right, so that's the school platform. And then connected to that is our Inner Edge Scalping over on Discord. And this is where we host the community. So on here, you've got everything you need. So you get started, rules info. All of our announcements go in this channel as well. So anything that's of priority for the week gets put in here. Currently, as you can see, journal review submissions are open. So we want everybody's journals in by the 23rd. And then as soon as we get everyone's journals in, me and Lee do a video review of all the journals and that gets posted up for everyone to watch. We have a charts and chat channel. So this one is throughout the week where everyone puts their charts and we only chat Forex and charts in here. We have a coaching corner, which is a separate paid group, which is if you want one-on-one coaching, you get put in here and we do different stuff in there. We have the daily news. Lee always puts up news for everybody. So news is very important. Don't trade news, guys. Don't trade news. Then we've got small group coaching as well. So we have another section here that we take up to 10 people in these groups. So you can have small group coaching. Our general I can't speak now, put my teeth in. Our general chat, it's where we just banter in here. People can put memes in and stuff, and you know, it's a normal, it's nice to catch up in here in the morning, but we keep this like general chat. We keep all this stuff out of our Forex rooms. Then our Tuesday tune up. So this here, after the weekend, everyone will start putting questions in here for Tuesday night's live call. So if there's any pressing things, if they're not going to be on the call live on Tuesday, they can put everything in here and we go through it and answer it on a Tuesday, as well as doing, you know, all of our standard training. We got tools and resources, all of our Zoom recordings, feedback, server support. Now we've got a couple of interesting things here. Traders Lounge. Throughout the day, if you click on this, basically your mic becomes live and you can speak to anybody who's live at the time. And then we have the traders stage as well. So Lee and I randomly, we never know when, but throughout the week, we'll just click on here, we'll jump on the stage, we'll just have a coffee morning with people, or an afternoon or an evening. And if anyone's got any questions, we answer them there and then. So that's just us kicking about. You can see this is mine, so you've got all my moderator stuff on there. So that's basically where we host all of our trading stuff. Now let's have a look at the strategy. Just going to open up TradingView. Should have had this done, shouldn't I, really, before I got on here talking to you guys. So TradingView is the platform we use where we basically analyze all of our charts. It's not where we put our trades live. And this strategy is a really basic strategy. I'm only going to show you one pair, and I'm just going to show you the basics of it. Now, as I've already said, this is developed on the 5-minute time frame, and it's been developed so it's the easiest possible way involving alerts that people can use to trade 5-minute scalping. So the reason I use what are known as EMAs and Bollinger Bands, as I've just said, is so I can set alarms on them. So I don't have to sit and stare at a chart all day. So how this strategy works, see this big blue band behind the price action? This is called a Bollinger Band. Now, you don't need to know what it does. I use it for a particular reason because it shows me when there's a pullback, a deeper pullback in the market. And all a pullback means is, imagine it like an elastic band. Price action's pulled back and we're waiting for it at this point. This is where our alarm goes off. And then as it goes ping, something else happens and then we get in the trade. So we have 3 EMAs and this Bollinger Band. The EMAs, exponential moving averages, you don't need to know what that means either. It just means it's showing you, this one shows long-term price action movement, and these two show me short-term price action movement. So this strategy, everything at the moment, we look for the 1 minute to the 1 hour to all be in the same direction. And this is why we use this long EMA. So all we want to do is we check by clicking on the chart, the 1, the 5, the 30 and the 1 hour. We just check everything's above or below. We want them all going in the same direction. When they are, we then look for something specific. So the first thing we'd do when we get to the chart is we'd set an alarm for a pullback through this Bollinger Band. So it'd be the lower part of the Bollinger Band. When we get that, which we got here, then we're waiting for a crossover of these EMAs in the direction that we're trading. When we're trading up, buys, you want the red above the blue. And when we're trading down, sells, you'll have the blue above the red, as you can see it is here. But we wouldn't be trading a sell on this because this is a buy chart. So all that happens is pullback, alarm number 1 goes off. Then we want a crossover. Alarm number 2 goes off. And then within 3 candles of that crossover will be our entry point. And we want what we just call a decent looking candle. So this would be the decent looking candle. So we'd come over to here, get our position calculator. A long position means a buy. We wait for candle close. Now there's a reason we wait for the candle close, because if you don't wait for your candle to close before you enter the trade, as we're scalping and we've got stop losses really tight up the backside of those candles, if that price action all of a sudden drops, it could take you out the trade before you've even started. Always wait for candle close. So we've waited for candle close. Now with this strategy, we never trade more than a 10 pip stop loss. And down here you can see it says 12.3. So that's too big. So we want that to be on 10. That's as good as damn it, 9.6. And then we only trade a 1 to 2. So that means we risk 1%. Sorry. We risk 1% per trade to make 2% back. That is correct. It's been a long day, guys. Excuse me. My brain is not functioning. Right, so then we want that to be on 2, but that's as close as I can get it without fannying about for hours. So that would be trade number 1. Bollinger Band pullback, crossover of the EMAs, first decent looking candle within 3, away we go. So that was the first pair. That was Chef JPY. Now let's have a little bit of a look at USD JPY. I do like the JPY pairs for trading this strategy because they tend to have a lot more volatility in them and they move quick. So basic strategy again, 1 minute to the 1 hour, all above this long EMA. Make sure everything is above it. So the first one we'd be looking at is down here. So we've had a pullback through the Bollinger Band, really tight to that EMA. We've had the crossover just above it with a nice little candle. Now, these are some of my favourite candles, actually. I know Lee loves these as well. We call them a little lolly stick because it's got a rejection at the bottom. Looks like one of them old fab lollies, doesn't it? I don't know if any of you guys remember those. But so you would be candle close, top of that, cover your wick, 5.5 pip stop look, no bigger than 10. Down to a 1 to 2, 2 there. That's your little trade there. So that's trade number 1. And then again, we've got the pullback through the Bollinger Band. Got another one here, and we're waiting for the crossover. Once we've had this, we're now waiting for the crossover to happen. Crossover happens here, and again, look, another nice looking candle. You could go on either one of these. So within 3 from the crossover is what we want. So let's go for lolly stick candles because we do like those. They're normally very reliable candles, those ones that don't tend to get wicked back into. And there you go. So it's a little 1 to 2 on the second trade. Nice and simple. And you'd have had these ones here, again, when it pulls back through the Bollinger Band, but you don't get a crossover, these are what we call retest re-entries. So we teach those in a different model on the platform. But that's a little look at the trading strategy. Really, really simple. This runs throughout the day in all the sessions, Asian, London, New York. There's always plenty of trades. That's just 2 pairs. So you'd have seen from those 2 pairs in one day, you could have had 8% pretty much, but we don't recommend that. Me and Lee tend to take a couple of trades a day. That's us done. Averaging out, yeah, around about sort of 8 to 10% a week, depending on what we trade. And I'm just going to show you our trading journals because this is one thing. A lot of people as well have got massive blocks around trading. So I remember when I first started Forex trading and I said to one of my educators, he said, what do you want out of this? And I said, probably about 10% a week. And he shook his head. He went, oh, do you not think that's a bit much, Wendy? I said, well, I don't know. I've got nothing to compare it to because I used to be a gold scalper years ago. Horrendous 1 minute charts, no stop losses. Don't ever do that. So in my head, I was thinking, well, if I want to get into this, I want to be earning, you know, a decent amount. And to me, 10% a week is 2% a day. You know, that's 5 trades a week, 1 a day, 1 decent trade a day. I thought surely that's easily doable. But for a lot of smart money traders, it's not. They tend to take, you know, 1, 2 trades a week, I presume. So anyway, he said to me, it's not possible. Then when I developed this scalping strategy and started testing it, I wasn't really looking at my trading journals. I was just trading, getting data. And then what I realized very quickly was I'd got a very high win rate percentage, and I was pulling in a lot of, this was only on demo accounts originally, I was pulling in a lot of profit per month. And it was like, wow, this is quite interesting. And then obviously I took it live and had to put some parameters around it. So you can get greedy and really overtrade with this. And this is why we put rules in. You have a trade plan, you work out what you want per month, what's realistic, you know, without you having a meltdown. And I'm pretty much there now. So I just want to show you my trading journal. Reason we have trading journals is so you can see where you entered, where you exited, and a higher time frame to see if you're getting knocked out by anything and what you're getting knocked out by. The date you traded, the time, very important, because you'll find that some of your pairs are regular at certain times. We like to know whether it's a buy or sell and whether it's retest entries or not. So, and then obviously you can see here the wins, losses. You know, I make some notes. Ooh, I've got a couple of these trades. They're wins, but they're 1% wins because I pulled them pre-news. I think there's another one down here as well. Yeah, that one was another pre-news trade. So we never trade news, anything coming up to news. With some of the funded accounts, if you trade through news, they won't pay you out. So you have to be really careful. So yeah, so I've had a few 1%. The 1%ers on there are normally because I've pulled the trade prior to something. And this is quite interesting at the bottom of the journal what Lee's done. So it tells you your percentage of buys and sells and retests. And then on the other side, it gives you your running total of what you've done for the month. So currently this is my March trading journal. So what are we on? The 21st of March. Don't feel like I've traded this month. So I've done 18 trades. I've had 16 wins, 2 losses. That's running me 89% success rate. And total gains so far in my account is 26%. So not too bad. I know Lee, I think we spoke when we last spoke the other night. I think Lee's on he's up to about 32, 34% for this month already. So yeah, not that we're in competition or anything. I just wanted to show you the trading journals. Like I say, I'm just going to stop the share. So with the trading journals, the reason they're so important, they will give you confidence around your trading. If you don't know what your data is and you don't know what your stats are, you can have it, you might have a streak of losses. Say you had like 4 or 5 losses in a row, and then you may think, oh God, my month's going tits up and I don't know what's happening. If you've got a trading journal, you can just look through your journal and you can see your monthly stats. So even though you've had a few losses at the end of the month, you're still going to be a good percentage up. So it's really, really, really important. So I think that's everything that I've covered on there. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask us. We do as well, once a month we host on my other school platform. So I've got a trade-in taster. If you don't want to jump into a $77 a month, all fandango, all singing platform of community, I've got a trade-in taster on my other school platform that's $99 and it's a one-off payment. It's a plug and play. It's literally this whole entire strategy squished into one thing. So you just take it and away you go with it. It's got everything you need in there. What you don't get though is you don't get the community and you don't get any access to me. So I won't be answering any questions around trading strategies or anything like that. We do that once a month via a webinar that anybody who's a member of the school platforms is welcome to come on. So like I say, hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Lee and I are pretty authentic and pretty genuine. We're not in this to rinse people, hence our prices are so low. We genuinely think that everybody should have access to Forex trading because it's one of those things you're not taught in school, are you? You're not taught financial management. And, I look at this like financial fitness. The $77 is like a gym membership. Do you know what I mean? I pay to go down the gym to keep my body fit. And this is for financial fitness for people. The stuff that you're not taught that you don't know about, So you've got two different options you can go down. None of this is the funny thing as well. Everyone always says, don't they, oh, it's a scam and, you get scammed out. No, you don't have to use your own money. You can go on funded accounts and get funded. And you can use your own money. Lee and I both trade on funded and personal live accounts as well. And we teach you all about that. And it's just a reminder, all of this information that I'm sharing today, I am not a financial advisor. I do not recommend that you ever trade on live money when you're learning, only on demo accounts, and never risk what you're not willing to lose. It's as simple as that. Give us a shout, guys. Hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you in the inner edge.